Hey guys, it's still June 12th, 2018. And my video got cut off that I was making because like all the storage space on my phone is being taken up by an unknown thing. It's just this gray, like, where if you go to your settings and you see your iPhone storage, it has like, apps and then photos, and then it has just this big gray area for me, which is like it takes up 6 GB, and it's just gray and it says other. So I think my attackers have taken this subtle attack to basically take up storage space. So it's, so that videos, so that I can't put a bunch of videos on it. It was like 16 minutes it cut off on the last one. I'm gonna try and upload it to YouTube, so I kind of want to have this up, but I want it to continue. If I can remember where I was at. Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna continue for as long as I can. This will be part two, and it will be called TI Mark Lindzi China Consulate Worker Do Attack Part 1, and so this one will be Part 2. I'll just try and go through it in 15 minutes to kind of wrap this up, and then I'll make some more videos because there's lots of information about this. There's also lots of information about the testing that the Cuban embassy the Cuban embassy workers got at the University of Pennsylvania that I want to go through on the JAMA report. And then there's going to be testing for these consulate workers in China, so we need to stick to that. That's why I got the MRI DTI, which I either think that there was medical COINTELPRO or the neurologists were not looking for the right things. So they were just seeing if the structure of my brain was okay, but they weren't looking at the things that maybe some of the neurologists and specialists at the University of Pennsylvania are looking at, to say objectively that people attacked by directed energy weapons and hit in the head are having concussive effects, and mild brain injuries and brain trauma. But let me continue so I can get through this today. Like I said, I'm being heavily attacked. It's really bad, and I guess that's kind of flattering that my attackers are finding ways to fill up my storage on my phone, so that I cannot, so I can't put up videos. So that must be saying something for the information I'm putting out. I am doing a call now. I'm doing a call every other Tuesday night at about 10:30 or 11 after Ella Free's call. Every other Tuesday and every Thursday late night. So this Thursday late night I'll be doing a call, not this Tuesday though. Another moderator will be doing it this Tuesday. And my number, I'm on TalkShoe, and it's going to be at 10:30 or 11 on Thursday late night. 10:30 to 11, 10:30 or 11, somewhere around there. We'll start at p.m. Central Time. So that's going to be, like 11:30 Eastern Time, and what would that be? 2 hours behind. So I think that's like 9:30 Pacific Time. I think that's right. Or 8:30. It might be 8:30. Oh gosh, I'm gonna pass that up. But it just 10:30, around 10:30 or 11 on Thursday late night this week on TalkShoe. My the number 724-444-7444, and then my code to get into my call is 142394. And not this Tuesday, but then every other Tuesday following this Tuesday. So next Tuesday I'll be doing a late night call. I mentioned that I want you guys, anybody who wants to come and talk about their issues is welcome. Anybody who wants to come with important information that you think is important for the community, you're more than welcome. Also, people who know ways around, the attackers messing with our iPhones. If you have any way that that I can clear up that space that they are occupying with some unknown storage. I'd really appreciate help on that. I'm gonna work on that so I can make longer videos, and just try and maybe use my camera and things like that. And really, I just don't have a lot of energy. But let me continue on this. I'm going off onto something that I didn't mean to go off on. Among those who reported symptoms was Mr. Lindzi. In an email sent to the entire staff of the consulate, he complained that the first employee was evacuated in April, but that no one was told of the health concerns until a month later. After doctors in the United States had found evidence of brain trauma, the initial health alert, he said in an interview, suggested it was an isolated case. They knew full well it wasn't, he said. The consulate, which opened in 2013, is a state-of-the-art building designed to withstand electronic eavesdropping and other security and intelligence threats. Excuse me. In an interview before leaving China, Mr. Lindzi said that he had lived in the same apartment tower as the officer evacuated in April. It is one of several high-rise buildings in the Canton Place, a modern complex built around a plaza and bordered by restaurants, cafes, and galleries. Another diplomat who reported symptoms with this was at a different upscale building near the consulate. Mr. Lindzi said that over the past year, he and his wife had experienced similar physical symptoms, including headaches, sleeplessness, and nausea. And on 3 or 4 occasions, they heard odd noises, though they did not put them together until the disclosures last month. Even if people are evacuated for further tests, that does not necessarily mean that they have suffered injuries or illnesses, the officials emphasized. Only 25% of those evacuated from Cuba, for example, were later found to have health problems. But the Chinese cases have raised alarms inside the State Department. Now led by Mr. Pompeo, the department appears eager to avoid the criticism it faced over what some called its handling of the Cuba cases. In addition to the department's medical team, William E. Todd, the acting director general of the Foreign Service, and Michael T. Evanoff, the assistant secretary of state for diplomatic security, flew to Guangzhou to assess the situation. Their visit was not announced in advance, and they were not made available to comment before departing on Wednesday. In Tuesday's statement, Mr. Pompeo said he had created a healthcare task force to examine, quote, the unexplained health incidents that have affected a number of U.S. government personnel and family members stationed overseas. The statement left open the possibility that there have been similar events at other American embassies or consulates. One American official said that he was aware of reports of isolated episodes, but that there did not appear to be a discernible pattern. And that is a lie. That is kind of a propaganda spin on it. That, oh, these are just isolated events. People are being targeted by this stuff all over in every country. Wake up, people. I know that most people, like I say that, but I know that most people, this is common knowledge, that directed energy weapons are being used, citizens are being hit and experimented on. I realize that, and I think that we're trying to do things, target individuals are trying to do things. The regular public who is aware of it is having trouble understanding what they can do about it, because that's where my parents are. They believe me, but they just do not know what to do. And these are very capable people who we've always taken care of everything as a team, my family. And on this one, it's just it's really hard. They don't know what to do. And I think that's a lot of the American public. And then some of the American public stays ignorant and they actually get involved in DHS fusion centers and InfraGard, but that's another video, so let's keep going. Guangzhou is a major commercial hub of 14 million people on the Pearl River, about 75 miles north of Hong Kong. In addition to the embassy in Beijing and the consulates in Guangzhou and Hong Kong, the United States operates consulates in Chengdu, Shanghai, Shenyang, and Wuhan. Mr. Lindzi worked for the Diplomatic Security Department, and he believes that his work could have made him a target. Before joining the Foreign Service in 2011, he worked with the International Republican Institute, funded by Congress, promoting democratic reforms in Ukraine and Georgia, 2 countries where Russia has denounced American involvement. That's an interesting tidbit at the end. I think I'll go over, I'm about at 10 minutes right now, and I kind of want to be careful because I don't think I have a lot of time left. It might cut out, but I do want to go to, let's see, I read that one. Let's check this out. That was an article, this was an article from, let me see where this article is from. This is the New York Times right here. And the reporters were Stephen Lee Myers and Jane Perlez. So that was the New York Times. Let's see this other article, where that's from. If it's another New York Times, it is another New York Times. Let me see where the other article, if it's a different paper. Okay, what paper is this from? I might do this one. Okay, this is NPR. So let's just do this article for now, and I'll try and gather some more information. I have a really good targeted individual friend, Patrick, who he's the one who found the name, so I do want to give him credit. I had trouble, you know, finding an article with the name in it, and he's a master researcher. If you do want to listen, we did talk about this on my last late night call on last Thursday. Patrick, or